All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to TimePro Sprint Review for Sprint 353. And we tried to call Adam, but he didn't pick up, so we will just press on. And for this sprint, let's look at the review email. So for this sprint, it was just Jeffrey and I two people working on sprint, and we had 3 sprint goals to start with. The first one, unfortunately, we didn't complete them because the first one we actually mistaken it for it should be a different sprint goal. And then the actual PBI that I worked on, the scope was larger than I thought. So we had this one now in code review, just haven't fully finished yet. The second and third one is for Jeffrey, and he got sidetracked because he has to work on a urgent bug reported yesterday. And that's why he has to focus on this one, and he's just not able to close this because it's end of the sprint.
And I just want to add that I fixed the bug, so it's all sorted. I'm just going to work on some warning messages.
Yep. All good. So continue. This is a 1-week sprint, and for 2 of us, we start with the estimated capacity of 25. Our actual capacity is 20 because Jeffrey has to spend 1 day on some other work, and I had just had a sick leave on Monday. So we end up with 20, and looking at our sprint backlog, the actual effort spent is 18, so we are very close to our capacity. The 4 down ones, 2 of them are from Sam from last sprint. We didn't catch the deployment window last sprint, so we get to deploy them this week. And then the 2 other ones, one is for the invoicing spike, and the other one was per Adam's request to add a doc page. Do you want me to get into details for the ones that's not completed, or we could proceed?
No.
Anyone
proceed.
question? Okay, cool. So let's proceed. The stats for suggested timesheet usage and automatic timesheet usage is mainly same. We talked with one person, namely Brady, this sprint, asking why he's not using the automatic timesheet, and he's using AI to do his timesheet. So I guess, yeah, he's not interacting with our TimePro, the normal way. And then the spring burned down. So we brought in 2 more PBIs that's unplanned from the forecast during sprints. One is the doc page. The other one is the urgent bug. So to compensate that, we took out one of the on-billing feature request from the sprint, and we moved that to the next sprint. Did 1 deployment so that we see like a drop in the burn down chart, and then the other 2 is just the doc page and the spike. So yeah, the rest of them, they are either in code review or waiting for deployment. So we didn't get to close off the rest of the remaining effort. Talking about the deployments, we had 2 production deployments from the last sprint. One is from our team, the other one is from Easy Leave. So we could see that they both happened 3 days ago. For the task coverage, this task doesn't change from the last sprint, so I will just skim through, as well as the pipeline health. We did take a look at the application health overview, the little spikes here in the field request. It turns out to be some crawler trying to access a non-existing tenant with the domain SSW TimePro.com. So yeah, that's something we need to look into, but it's not urgent. It's just how we decide to handle the failed request. It's trying to access something like test Jeffrey, the database doesn't exist. So our SQL returns a failure request.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
This one? Sorry, it drops. Oops. The email. This one?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
Doesn't want to zoom.
It doesn't want to zoom. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
okay,
JK.
I will just.
That's the best we can do.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, just zooming in into. Can you do Control Z so it's not this weird? Just Control Z and just zoom in into the email instead. Okay. Yeah, just zoom in the email. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, cool. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, so that's the spike we see here. And yeah, that's something that we could handle, but probably not top of priority. For the state of epics, we have been working on the on-billing PBIs, but sadly we didn't close off any of them. So the number here remained the same. And for the AI part, I will hand over to Jeffrey.
Sure. So we've used similar agents as usual. I think mine just said different models. So I'm using Composer 2 now and Opus 4.7. And for you, Sylvia, I believe you still 4.6. Okay.
Yeah,
that's probably not accurate. Opus only came out 4.7. Only came out today, so that would be 4.6. So can you?
Well, I just checked today, and I've got it in cursor. It's already at 7.
Yeah, that's. But I'm saying all of that 80% would have been done in 4.6, not 4.7.
Oh, correct. Sorry, makes sense. Okay, you want to change to 4.6, and we'll do it for the next sprint then.
Yep.
Good pick, Michael. Thank you. Then for the code stats, I'm going to just take over screen share in a second. And here we are. Can you guys see this dashboard?
Yep.
Cool. Yep. So yeah, we got a D+, which is pretty bad. That's because we didn't reach our sprint goals. We've been very naughty. Sorry about that. So I've looked up at the overview and it mentions everything we talked about. So this is all accurate. Looking at the new tab, which is timeline. This is speaking time. So Sylvia was the main speaker this time, and myself and Michael just jumped in from time to time. People and roles, we all participated well. So Sylvia is a Scrum Master, I'm a dev, and Mike is the PO. So this is all accurate as well.
Yep.
Insights, 3 elephants in the room. We mentioned them before, but just to say them again. So the sprint goals were not reached. My transition, I didn't complete all the PBIs I should have before my transition, basically. But this is because of the bug that came up. And Adam being hard to access. This actually is not, it's true, but it shouldn't be a blocker. Adam said himself on last sprint that he doesn't want to be a blocker. So I guess this should not be an elephant in the room. And for the trends, last tab, again, same thing. So sprint goal not reached. And these are a few issues from the last sprint that we've dealt with and we still are dealing with at the moment. So the blocking thing, the urgent bugs. But yeah, it's, I would say it's still accurate. I would give it a green tick, even though it's not perfect. So yeah, green tick. So you can take over screen share again, Sylvia, for the email. But yeah, some things.
Put the green tick here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can share your screen again, sorry. For the email.
Did I share?
Yeah, all good now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I put a green tick here. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And next one is Copilot stats. So speaking times are similar. Sylvia was speaking the most. And yeah, same as what we saw in Claude. And then we asked Copilot what was the main issue completed, be brief. And it said that it was the rate mismatch detection dialog that you worked on, Sylvia. And it said the implementation was completed during the sprint and is now in code review, which is correct. I'm wondering why it didn't mention the urgent bug, though, because I guess it was also important. But maybe because it was not done. I don't know. But yeah, that's accurate.
I think that the urgent bug is actually a big part of this because I know that I rang Sylvia up when I was trying to do some billing because that's a pretty urgent thing when you can't bill a client. So you guys got a fair bit of disruption. So that's probably the biggest part of the explanation that you guys are saved as far as that's concerned because you reacted to the needs of the client.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Cool. Moving on to Yak Shaver. So we had 32 new PBIs over the last 30 days. 23 of them were Yak Shave. This brings our ratio to 72% of Yak Shave PBIs. And we completed 13 over the last 30 days. Any question here, Michael, or can we move to the retro?
Let's go. Retro.
Okay. Sprint, retro. A few went well. So we worked on an urgent bug today and fixed it already. So this was actually a good team effort. I worked with Jimmy on this one and JK as well. Then we mentioned that we got a few people back. So Mike, I think you missed a few sprints in the past, right, because of client work, but you're back now as a PO, so that's great.
Yes.
And Jim will join back next week as well. So this is awesome. More capacity.
Cool.
And Sylvia mentioned tracking failed requests and active automatic suggested. Oh yeah, we're tracking people, correct. So yeah, we reached out to 2 people to check about their suggested timesheets. Didn't go well. Well, the sprint goals were not achieved, which is a big, I mean, it happens, but yeah. So it's an issue, but it's something we don't see often, but yeah, it tends to happen sometime, mostly because of unexpected bugs. But we'll be better on the next one. And the rest is, I guess, yeah, relating to this. So in summary, what improvements can we make? Oh yeah, sorry. Another thing that didn't go well was that we didn't write the correct sprint goal on the last forecast. So this is something we should be more careful of and mindful. So when we do the forecast, we should make sure that we actually have the correct goal set. Otherwise, it's a bit misleading. I think that's about it for the retro.
Yeah,
JK?
I have a question. Like last sprint, there was one issue that my availability and solution architect's availability was pretty bad. Was that a blocker in this one as well, or did I manage to help a little bit with that?
For me, I think it was okay. I think I only did you today and you were reachable. So for me, it was good. Yeah. What about you, Sylvia?
For me, if I were working on that webhook PBI, then I would have to ask a solution architect to check, but I end up not working on that one. Instead, I worked on the UI fix, not the UI feature request. So I don't really need a supervisor, I guess, or someone.
So you will need him for the next sprint. That's what you're saying.
I will need you or another person for next sprint.
Will you be available, JK, 5 days a week, JK, on ASF?
Sorry, there was multiple people talking at the same time.
I said, are you still on 5 days with a week with ASF, or you're on 4 days?
It's 4 days, but the public holidays aligned in such a way that it looked like I was full time.
Oh, okay.
So we can have you for 1 day next sprint?
Friday.
Friday, okay. Okay. I guess we'll try, and if we can't get you, we'll just ask another solution architect. But yeah, we'll try you first, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe something that what went well, but informal. I have built in free time a TimePro CLI and had Jimmy testing it out and a few others, and they seem to be pretty happy. Like it's fully agentic, so then it supports MCP if anyone needs that. So
nice.
It can fully automate TimePro from your terminal.
Awesome. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You want us to edit the screenshots, JK, to add it in, or just informal? Like
informal.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
You guys can give it a try, see how it goes, and maybe we can make it official.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, I also think LookM has Yakshaved a PBI for the TimePro MCP, so that they could integrate with, like for the SSW AI group. So that's in the backlog. It's just created this morning. So yeah, something that we could pull in when we have capacity.
Yeah, so there's now one at SSW Consultancy. It's TimePro-CLI.
Okay.
It's currently private, but it's accessible to all SSW developers.
Sounds good. All right. If we are all good, we can proceed to forecast. So looking at the forecast email, so for next sprint, we have 2 sprint goals. The first one is still the urgent bug. We need to get this one. Well, the bug itself is resolved, but we want to add more warnings and dialogue so that we want to prevent this from happening in the future. And then the second one is the rate mismatch detection dialog that I was working on this sprint, and it is in code review. So we want to get that one deployed next sprint. And then next sprint, still a 1 week sprint, but we have 4 people. We will have 4 people working on this sprint. Next sprint, it will be Jim, Sam, Jeffrey, and I. So we will get 43 capacity point next sprint, and we have planned 39 effort. So just a little bit buffer because Jim will come back just come back from client, so he won't be at his full velocity. And this is the backlog planned. Other than the ones that we brought over from this sprint, we had like one major one for the cross-billing epic, and this one is 16 to get the Azure infrastructure running. Yeah, so what's the main item to do next? To be brief, we ask Copilot to summarize, and it says to fix the urgent revenue impacting bug, which is correct, I think.
Yeah.
So we will put yeah, great. Take care.
The main goal of the sprint.
Yeah. So that will summarize our sprint for this sprint and next sprint. Any question so far? Good. All good?
All good for me.
Okay.
Michael, you happy?
I'm happy.
Happy?
Awesome.
Nice. Then thanks everyone for joining the meeting, and this meeting will also be uploaded to the SSW TimePro YouTube channel, and if you want to check it again, you can see it here. Yeah. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
See you. Bye-bye.